Good morning. I am Professor Dr. Ashish Soti from Soti is the Social and Industrial Innovation LLP on the mission to help you implement, learn, and solve problems through innovation. So today we are going to discuss what are the essential characteristics of Six Sigma Black Belt. So you are aware of what the Six Sigma is. We'll be having few more videos you can see later on, or maybe if available you can see from my link also that what the meaning of Six Sigma is. Now today we are going to discuss that there are different levels of Six Sigma compatible persons, the qualification level of Six Sigma. So normally it start with green belt and then go to black belt, then master black belt, then champion level. So this is the conventional way to define the level of expertise. So means yellow, if I'll talk about the green belt, it is the lowest level or the starting level. Then it goes to black belt, and then it goes to master black belt, and then it goes to champion level. So depending on the qualifications, depending on the experience of handling the project and the scope of the project, this kind of levels has been defined. So even people are using nowadays yellow belt, that is even before the green belt, right? So but normally we start with green belt, then go to black belt, and then go to master black belt. So if I'll talk about the green belt project, they are relatively of the smaller scale. The domain or the number of departments may be relatively less involved. Maybe one or two departments are involved in green belt project, whereas a black belt project will have number of departments of the organization involved in it. Further, the financial impact of the green belt projects are lesser than what are the financial impact of black belt projects. And if we see the problem level from the customer point of view, if you'll see the problem level is higher, or we are incurring great loss because of some of the defect or deficiency, then we go for the black belt project. Otherwise we can go for green belt project for some smaller problems. Then master black belt is someone who has done many of black belt projects and who can in fact train the black belts, who can help black belts to execute their project. Similarly, black belt can help green belt to execute their projects. And champion level is one who is having all the kind of knowledge, and he is basically the guiding figure for all kind of projects. It may be black belt or green belt. You can have a comprehensive deployment plan. You can deploy Six Sigma for problem solving only. You can deploy Six Sigma in your complete organization. You can deploy it when a problem comes, then only. So there are multiple ways to deploy Six Sigma. Comprehensive deployment required a lot of resources and training of all the employees. If you want to have a specialized team of Six Sigma, then you need some persons to be trained on Six Sigma. But as far as my recommendation is, I say that everyone should have at least the basic understanding of quality and the meaning of defect and defectives, what is DPMO, and what are the basic terminologies of Six Sigma. Everyone should be aware of within the organization if we want to improve our quality. Okay, so let us proceed further. I am talking about today what are the essential characteristics of Six Sigma Black Belt. It is based on again my research, PhD research, where I have conducted research and investigated and interacted with Six Sigma Black Belt persons in Indian industries, especially in manufacturing sector, and try to see what are the essential requirements for a person to be Six Sigma Black Belt. So if you are willing to go for Six Sigma Black Belt level, it is better that you develop such kind of skills, or you try to develop such kind of things with your learning if you are not having, and then you can apply for the direct test also to be the black belt. Maybe you can use ASQ or some kind of body where they are conducting the level of test so that you can be certified for the black belt, right? So let us proceed further, because there is a lot of many industries are coming nowadays for the level of to say that we will train you for Six Sigma, green belt, black belt, but the basic requirement is you should be able to apply the concept. And people used to say that companies with Six Sigma are failing. So companies are say Six Sigma is not a certification. Six Sigma is not a certificate. It is just to see, are your customers satisfied with your things, your product, your services. There should not be any defect. Then that is what is the meaning of Six Sigma quality measurement. It is simply a measure of the system, measure of your product, measure of your process. It is not a certificate like ISO certificate. So you cannot say that industry with Six Sigma is failing. No, it is basically wrongly defining, solving the problems, or wrongly marketing that they are Six Sigma compliant is basically what has been advertised as failing of Six Sigma. It is something like you are having knife, you can say it is good or bad. It is all up to you how you use it. But if you rightly use it, it is going to be beneficial. Similarly, Six Sigma, if you apply to any process, it may be a manufacturing, services, educational, or any kind of the system, improvement is bound to come. There is no way that improvement will not come. So let me go ahead with the characteristics of a Six Sigma black belt person. So this is the data based on around I think 109 to 9 black belt persons has been questioned, and their summary of that is here. So there are two things what has been plotted here. One is the characteristic, then mean and standard deviation. So mean and standard deviation does not add much significance here, but only the thing is that you should pay attention to the characteristic first, because once you have understanding of the characteristics, then we can have how the characteristics can be developed. You can have management theories and different HR things also collaborate with this concept. So this is based on the characteristics. What I have find out or enlisted are based on survey through or the literature review with more than 100 research articles. So this is the summary of worldwide application. Okay. Maybe the data which I am showing as a mean or standard deviation is from Indian industries, but the left side, that is characteristics, has been taken from the literature survey and based on research article which was more than 100 and maybe around 150 or so, I don't remember in fact. So let us proceed further one by one. What are the characteristics required? So first one is change agent. So Six Sigma black belt should be a change agent, because mostly when we are handling a project of Six Sigma black belt, the kind of challenges um, are really great. We do not know that what the solution of the problem is, but there is a problem and we are looking to solve the problem. So you are going to change. Sometimes some of the black belt project even can um, create big changes within the organization. I've seen in many that when even one of my friend has implemented Six Sigma black belt project in his organization, a lot of problem, a lot of things, organization structure change and all has to been taken place after the project. So it is going to be a changing thing. Any of the Six Sigma black belt project can be really a change agent. So the person who is leading this a black belt project should be ready to be out of box thinker and ready to be a change agent. Should not be confined within the box. Problem solving ability. There should be ability. They should be able to attack the problem. Do not the attitude that problem cannot be solved or this is a very difficult problem. That kind of attitude is not there in the persons who are Six Sigma black belt. If you are going for Six Sigma black belt, you have to keep your mind fixed that every problem, wherever there is a problem, there is a solution. There is no problem which will not have any solution, but any problem will have multiple solutions. Result oriented. So you need to focus on the result, because end of the day, end of the project, you have to show that why your project is successful, what you have achieved out of this project, because you're investing money in terms of time, in terms of resources. So you should be result oriented. So Six Sigma black belt should be result oriented. So define phase is very critical, as I have said in earlier video. Define phase is very critical. Use some very good tools to in the define phase, so that your result can be really achieved, and you can go much beyond. If you can go beyond the result what you have planned, that is going to be great. You should have reasoning skills. So you should have a good reasoning, logical mind as well as innovative mind. So you should have good logics with you, right? You should be a team builder. You could not be team distractor. Don't apply divide and rule. I always say combine and rule. Okay, so try to apply the concept of combine and rule to build the team. And you can, if you can build the team, then each and every person who whatsoever may be the small level who is involved in the team is going to contribute for your project. And this is, you see, it's 4.76. It is one of the highest rated rated characteristics what is needed in for Six Sigma black belt. Initiator. So sometimes you have to take the lead. Maybe you have to motivate your team. You have to guide the team on the right path. At every step, you are going to face the difficulties. It's not only at the starting. At every step, when you are doing a project, you are facing different challenges, and you have to counter and come out of those difficult situations. That is what you are required to be initiator. You have to take the lead. You need to be a leader. Customer oriented. Keep your customer focused, because Six Sigma is all measurement comes from the customer. Well, that's what I was telling. It is not the certification. It is customer satisfaction. So customer define what is the problem. So you need to be customer oriented. You should put yourself in the shoes of the customer to tackle the question, to tackle the problem, to tackle the project. Understanding of the Six Sigma methodology, this is something like, and tools. This is something like you need to know that what the real tool and what right tool is to be used at what place. So if you are using a wrong tool, you may get misleading results. So using the right tool is one of the biggest challenge for deployment of Six Sigma. And Six Sigma black belt need to be expert of it, so that he or she can guide the team that what is the right tool at this stage. Because at every stage, even in define phase, you are using many tools. Then in measure phase, define measure, DMAC, if you are implementing, in all the phases, you are having at least 4 to 5 tools, and you must know how to use that tool, and what particular kind of softwares or what particular kind of data and readings are supposed to be taken. So that is very crucial for the implementer. That's why it is most highly rated, 4.91. That is the highly rated characteristic, and standard deviation is very less. That is, people are very much unanimously agree with this, that yes, Six Sigma methodology, understanding of tools and methodology is very important for Six Sigma black belt. That's why mean is high and standard deviation is low. If mean is high, means more people are willing that this is the more required factor. This is out of a scale of 5. So out of 5, if you are getting 4.91, this is really high rating, rated characteristics of Six Sigma black belt. And standard deviation shows, like in the terms of even Six Sigma, lesser the standard deviation is, better or the focus the result is. So this is having the highest mean and less standard deviation. So this is the most desirable characteristics of Six Sigma black belt. That's why we need trainings of black belt to implement Six Sigma. Technical capabilities. You should be technically capable, especially in the particular domain you are doing the project. So you should be well versed with different functions. You should be aware of R&D. You should be aware of planning. You should be aware of production planning. You should be aware of designing. You should be aware of manufacturing process. You should be aware of packaging. You should be aware of assembly. Every aspect of the thing, because anything can be the problem issue. Okay, so technical capability should be high. Statistical thinking. This is very important. So statistical thinking is that you try to convert your problem into data. Use statistics to define your problem, and then use statistics to solve your problem and fix your problem. Because Six Sigma is all about converting a problem into a mathematical model of statistics and then solving it by optimizing the parameters. So that's what statistical thinking I'm not telling you statistical tool use, statistical thinking. Your mind should think in the with the direction of data. That's why you see now data science is at the top. It's improving because it is all the game of data. So you can do the magic with the data. Many times the decisions what data shows are going to be very different than we take with our experience, because database decisions are really going to be worthy, and data never speak wrong. Okay, but you should know how to understand the data. Inspiring others to excel, you should be motivator. You should inspire others to excel. Try to see where the weakness is coming, and try to see that where the weakness is there in individual, and how to go for improve those weakness into great success parameter in your team. So you have to should know how to manage your team and which person is good for what. Respect earn to learn about new ideas. Now it is rated relatively low. This is a little bit surprising fact for Indian industries, because Six Sigma Black Belt, what I think like that it should be willing to learn more, but this is relatively a little bit lower side, and standard deviation is high. That means people are not really agreeing to this. In fact, there is a wide variation. Maybe someone is giving a rating of 5, someone is giving a rating of 3, because someone think of that if they know the black belt requirement, statistical software requirement of Minitab, that is good enough. But some may feel like they need something additional beyond Six Sigma to implement Six Sigma in a better way. Respect their fellow workers and respect them. Yes, that is needed. You should have a respect for all are equal to you. Risk taker, so risk taker, it is again rated a little bit low, because maybe people feel like that black belt has been already assigned a project, then they are working on that. That is what normally Indian industries are doing. They are picking up a problem and that give that problem to a black belt qualified persons to solve the problem. So that means normally people believe that there is always a kind of safe game even in black belt. That's why sometimes people may feel like that Six Sigma black belt or Six Sigma can be a failure. In my opinion, you should be ready to take risk to move ahead. Communication skill should be very high, because that's all, because we need to have a good communication skill. Then only you can communicate with your team, you can convince your management, you can interact with master black belt, with your champions, and that's it. So these are the 15 characteristics what are being investigated in my research and put in forward for your understanding and application, so that you can build in characteristics. So first thing, you can say it in a way that you can see the means. If mean is high, you see this is the first required characteristic for you. So you are required to learn Six Sigma black belt tools, methodology. What are the methodology of Six Sigma? You should have better knowledge or deeper knowledge on it, right? Conceptual understanding of the things. So one by one you can see, and the team building skills, you can be an initiator. So you can see all these things and try to see the higher side is to be required more. But in my opinion, everything is important, right? So this is something about Six Sigma black belt characteristics. So those who wish to go for the training of Six Sigma green belt, black belt, even the green belt person should try to develop these skills, because next level is going to be their black belt. Even the master black belt should see that if anything is missing in here, they should develop in them, because they have to interact with many of the black belts throughout. And many of the industries have made it mandatory to go for Six Sigma trainings and to implement it in the organization. In my opinion, it is a concept which is based on building a system of continuous measurement. And when there is a continuous measurement and attacking the problems simultaneously, you are going to solve any kind of problem. It may be the system of manufacturing, it may be system of servicing industry, When I say manufacturing, it includes all kind of manufacturing where there is a repeated kind of measurements. Precision products manufacturing industries, automobile industry, electronics goods manufacturing industries. Wherever there is a mass production, you can implement it. In the service sector, you can implement it when you have a repeated great orders, like maybe in the healthcare you can implement. You can implement in restaurant. You can implement the places like educational systems. You can implement where repeated measurements of educational learning has been taking place. You can implement it there. You can implement as per your requirements. So there is scope is depends on you, right? So here I am going to stop here and wish you that this session is valuable for you. If you need any further assistance and or help, you can contact me, and try to see that if you remain continue on this these free of cost available resources on this channel, so that you can learn and start implementing. Even if you are not having money, if you are not having resources, you can start implementing the things, and try to see that your learning will not stop because of non availability of the resources. And wish you all the best, and thank you all for joining me. And I am stopping my presentation. Wish you all the best, and let us try to implement and share your learning continuously with comments. Thank you all.